Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to share with you all of my dividend income for the month of July. But before I do that, let's take a quick look at the overall portfolio. Right now the portfolio is valued at $22,464. About $18,000 of that is money that I have invested. That includes money that I invest on a monthly basis. I try to do at least $500 every single month. And also this includes dividends as well. So any dividends that I earn, I reinvest back into my portfolio so I get that snowball effect. So coming over to the gains, we're up just a little under $5,000. 4,400 of that is from pure capital gains, and just a bit over $500 comes from dividends. And the overall return percentage is about 51%. And if you're new to investing or you haven't started yet, this is why I enjoy making these videos, because I can show you guys that you can generate good returns through investing. Unfortunately, I think it's pretty common advice from people to just put your money in a savings account and not invest it, because a lot of people think investing can be really risky. And it can be in some cases, but you can also do smart investing. And to be fair, you do want to keep a little bit of money in a savings account in your bank if you need it fairly quickly, because that cash is fairly liquid. But your interest rate is very, very small, way less than inflation. Inflation every year is about 3 to 4%, and your bank account, if you're lucky, you might get, like 0.01% interest. So if you keep your money in a bank account, you are actually losing money because inflation is eating away at it. But if you can invest in the stock market, invest in good, high-quality companies that pay dividends, you can get returns that substantially beat out inflation. One good holding that I would recommend if you are a beginner and you don't really know where to start is by looking into what is called an ETF, exchange traded fund. And what an ETF is it's a fund comprised of a multitude of stocks. It really depends on the ETF itself, but there are ETFs that follow the market average. So one example of that would be the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. And this particular ETF comprises of thousands of different stocks, all from very small companies to very large companies. So if you're a beginner investor and you don't really know where to start, definitely look at these ETFs because they are fairly diversified. And I mean, just for example, looking at the return of VTI in my particular portfolio, it's up 55.95%. So if you don't necessarily know where to start, look at some ETFs. And I'm not saying keeping your money in a bank account is bad, because there are times where you do need money, particularly to pay your bills. You want to have some sort of emergency fund. But once you got that all in place, definitely my recommendation would be to take some of that money and invest it into the stock market so you can beat out inflation. All right, let's take a look at the dividends that I got in the month of July. Starting out, we got $5.49 from Genuine Parts Co. This is just a really solid company that pays a fair dividend. I think right now it's between 2 to 3%, but the company has been growing fairly well. So when you couple that growth with a very nice dividend, that, in my opinion, is a good company. Next up, we got 60 cents from Nike. Nike doesn't pay a huge dividend, but they're more of a growth company and overall a very solid company that sells a very well-known product. I think when you look at the shoe industry, the most recognizable brand is in fact Nike. After that, we got $2.56 from Coca-Cola. Once again, a pretty solid company. Coca-Cola is a brand known by virtually everyone in the world. It's sold in over 200 countries. They have great marketing campaigns and a very nice dividend at about 3%. And what's awesome about Coca-Cola is they have been increasing their dividend for 58 years. I would bet that's longer than a lot of you have been alive. That might even be longer than a lot of your parents have been alive. A company that can constantly increase their dividend for 58 years just means that they have a very good business model with cash flow. And they use that cash to reward shareholders in the form of dividends. Our next dividend comes from the Realty Income Corp. We got $3.49 from them. This is a very popular holding among dividend investors, mainly because it is a monthly paying dividend. They invest in a lot of commercial real estate like Walgreens. So Walgreens pays rent to a company like Realty Income Corp. We got another monthly paying dividend in Stag Industrial. $2.25 is what we got this month. And they are another real estate investment firm, pretty similar to Realty Income Corp. The main difference is that Stag invest in industrial properties such as warehouses. So although it is a REIT just like Realty Income Corp, they do have a different business model in that they do invest primarily in industrial properties. Up next, we got $1.40 from DTE Energy. This is a utility based out of Detroit, Michigan. And this is your typical utility that pays in the 4 to 5% range for a dividend. But there's actually news that DTE will be cutting their dividend because they did have a spin-off. And I will share that with you guys in just a little bit here because I did get some shares from that spin-off. So overall, I'm fairly happy with DTE. I'm not sure how long I'll hold on to it if they do in fact cut their dividends. So we'll wait and see on what happens with DTE. Next, we got $2.03 from Cisco Corp. Then after that, we got $4.20 from the SPHD High Dividend Low Volatility ETF. So every month, as long as they do not cut their dividend, I can expect at least $4.20. And last but not least, we got LTC Properties. This is another monthly paying dividend. This company invests in senior living facilities, so it is investing in different properties than you would see in Stag and O. So that's why I have it for more of a diversification factor and the fact that it does pay a monthly dividend, so it is nice to see that cash flow come in month after month. And LTC paid $1.60, and that brings our total for this month up to a whopping $23.62. That's income from doing absolutely nothing other than just investing in these holdings. Now let's go over to our Dividend Tracker spreadsheet, and there we go, $23.62. Compared to this time last year, we're up about $10 because last year in July we got paid $13.39. It's still better than nothing. So I will take that and I will reinvest that back into my portfolio. Now let's go back to the DTE spin-off company for a second because I do want to show you guys what kind of happened there. So I'm not going to include this with my dividends because it's not a dividend. What happened was DTE spun off into another company, so I did get some shares of that company. It's called DT Midstream, and essentially what it was that for every 2 shares of DTE you would get 1 share of DTM. And I'm pretty sure this is what's going to happen with AT&T coming up in the future, because as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, AT&T is going to be spun off into another media company. So if you do have some shares of AT&T, you're also going to be getting some shares of that new media company. And speaking of AT&T, they already paid me in August, so I think this month of August it's going to be really, really good. I think it's going to be my best month yet. So thanks for checking out this video, guys. I really do appreciate you taking the time. Let me know in the comments below how much dividend income you got in the month of July. So thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.